This section will outline how I recommend beginners should swing on their forehand or dominant side stroke. In my experience, this technique is easily taught to beginners and difficult for them to get wrong, immediately functional, and a good base upon which to add complexity. The beginner forehand is broken down into 4 snapshots. Snapshot number 1, loading, or the surfer. Snapshot number 2, contact, or the hit. Snapshot number 3, extension, or the point. And snapshot number 4, deceleration, or the sneeze. In snapshot 1, the surfer position, the player stands with their feet side onto the net as if they were on a surf or skateboard. In the surfer position, the player's shoulders, trunk, and hips should be at least side on to the net. The racket arm is nearly in line with the shoulders so that the racket hand is only slightly on the right side of the body and is bent at the elbow. Its elbow points down at the floor. The left arm reaches across the body, perpendicular to the line between the shoulders, like a zombie. The racket is held with a semi-western or frying pan grip as shown. Please note that players generally find a comfortable grip on their own without being explicitly taught. The wrist is bent back slightly, or extended, with the knuckles towards the elbow, causing the strings of the racket to point around 45 degrees behind the player and be perpendicular to the forearm. The hitting side racket face is perpendicular to the floor, or very slightly pointing down due to the tilt at the hips. The player is tilted forward or hinge slightly at the hips. The player's knees are bent and the feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart. From the surfer position, the player moves to the incoming ball using shuffle or walking steps if necessary. As they near the ball, the player steps forward with their left foot or anchor foot. They then rotate their hips and torso forward toward the net in order to hit the ball with the racket. At the hit, the head is still with the eyes looking at contact. The hips, trunk, and shoulders face where the player is aiming as the body has turned towards the target. The racket arm remains bent and its elbow points down at the floor. The left arm is pulled across the body as if the player were opening a screen door or elbowing somebody next to them. The wrist is bent back slightly with the knuckles towards the elbow so that the face of the racket points at the target. The racket, tip to handle, is parallel with the line of the shoulders. The ball is hit out in front of the body, around 45 degrees from the shoulders, and at a height between the player's hips and chest. The right foot is on its toe. After the hit, as the player continues to rotate, the racket moves up and forward through the ball. Through the hit, the wrist naturally moves from bent back to neutral, causing the tip of the racket to point toward the target. In this flatter forehand, the racket face should remain on edge, or perpendicular to the ground. After the point, the player's body rotation slows and eventually stops. The player ends with their hitting arm in a position that resembles catching a sneeze with their elbow. During the sneeze and freeze, the right elbow bends to 90 degrees, causing its elbow to point toward the target as if the player were catching a sneeze. The player's torso ends facing the left side, showing that they rotated fully during the swing. The left hand remains near shoulder height and is bent at the elbow. The hitting side racket face points towards the left side fence. The player remains balanced in this position, that is, they don't fall in any direction, and their right foot is on its toe. Prior to starting the challenges below, help the player move their positions above step by step as if they were a slideshow. Make corrections if necessary. While doing this, I frequently hold a ball at the contact point in order to help the player understand the spacing between their body and the ball.